future. Okay, I think I have recorded it properly. Hopefully it records both of our screens. So let's just see. Let's just see how it goes. But so, hey everyone, thank you for joining us. I'm with Shaun. Is it Shaun Michael Owen, or what is your full name?
It is Shaun Owens. Shaun Owens is fine.
Shaun Owens. And I'm really excited to start chatting with Shaun. He's a bundle customer. And honestly, I don't have any notes. We're just sort of going to wing it. We're just going to have a casual conversation. The whole point of this conversation is just to chat with Shaun to see how he's going, in his freelancing career, anything I can help with. And we're just sort of going to walk through a few things. I don't know how long this chat is going to be. Maybe it's 5 minutes, half an hour. I've got no idea. So with that said, thank you so much, Shaun. It's going to be awesome.
Well, thank you for doing this. I'm excited.
Awesome. So I think just straight off the bat, just give us a quick intro. I mean, who you are, what do you do? Let's start from there.
So my name's Shaun. As you've just said, I spent 12 years in the Royal Navy. And throughout those 12 years, I always had an interest in code, but I kept getting to the point where I thought it's too difficult. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'd give up. And then a couple of years later, I'd think, right, I really want to do this. I find it interesting. I'm going to learn, and kept hitting those same barriers over and over again, where I just thought, I'm not good enough for this. It's too difficult. And then it wasn't until I was leaving the Royal Navy where I thought, I'm just going to do it. So I decided to make a health and safety application for the iPhone. And I did get to that point again, that wall where I thought, this is too difficult. And I thought, no, this time I'm just going to try and smash through that wall. And I just kept researching the problem I had. And finally, I found a solution and got through it. And then it just all fell into place. And then from that point on, I've just found it easier. I think it was getting to that point where I just knew, I always thought that the solution wasn't out there. I thought my problem was unique. And it wasn't until I realized that pretty much everything that I was trying to do had been done before. It was just trying to find the right way to find the solution that I was having a problem with. But once I figured that out, it just all clicked into place. And I developed the app. I left the Royal Navy and then I started working for the Ministry of Defence for health and safety. So I was a bit stuck here where I was doing this health and safety job. But at the same time, I also wanted to be a developer. I had no idea how to go about where to even start. So I started a software development apprenticeship with the Ministry of Defence, which I've completed. And I've been creating a lot of things for the MOD in terms of COVID, where this has come about. So I've been making programs how to track numbers on the naval base, how many people have COVID, how to manage it, how many people are working from home, and so on. And a few other programs as well, action tracking for the base, and incident management systems, and a few other things. So this has gained some traction, and I've learned a lot doing these things. But at the same time, I'm still a health and safety advisor. I want to be a developer, and I just didn't really know what to do. So I searched for freelancing ideas for web developers, and your site came right at the top.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so it was the first one. I clicked on it. I was a little bit skeptical at first because you had all the reviews and so on. I thought, is this guy writing the reviews himself? So I started doing a little bit more research, looked at some YouTube videos, and everyone was praising it. And it was one of the YouTube videos. I can't remember which one it was. I'll try and find it out. But there was a link to, it was a 10% discount, I believe, for your site. So I was like, I'll give it a go, and got it. And I think it's amazing. And it was your bundle, which gave me the confidence to just go for it. And I've started my own business now. A slow start because I'm still doing the safety work for the Ministry of Defence. And I think I'm in a position now where I could take it further. But at the same time, I think I'm making a difference with how the MOD is managing COVID. So I think some of the work I am doing is contributing to the wider community, and I'm helping people. So I don't mind taking a little bit of a back burner and still doing the freelancing stuff, but just a little bit of a slower pace. It's going a little slower than I'd like it to go. So I'm hoping you could help me with some bits there. But the intention is to do this full time eventually, definitely as soon as, if COVID ever disappears. I'd like to do this full on because a lot of the reasons for it, which are the same as your other followers, is I've got 2 kids, which I don't get to see a lot. And especially when I was in the Royal Navy, I was going away all the time. I spent a lot of time from them both, missed first steps, first words, all those things a parent should be there for. So I feel like I want to be at home more, and I want to contribute more to their lives. And another thing is I'd like to hand them something down, which doing what I'm doing at the moment, I can't really do. So I need to make more of myself. I want this business to succeed so I can give them, as cliche as it sounds, I want to give them a better future. And I see this being the best way to do it. That's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Awesome. Wow. Okay. So that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that, first of all. So am I understanding correctly? So you currently have a full-time job with the MOD,
Yes.
or at the moment, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And income-wise, are you earning enough, or are you happy with your income at the moment?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I don't.
Okay.
I'm not earning enough. No.
Okay. So I just want to sort of understand a little bit more of the why, right? Because you mentioned a key point, and that is, first of all, you are working. It sounds like a very interesting job. Obviously, it's on YouTube and it's out there in the open. I assume you enjoy it, but it seems like there's 2 key factors here that you want, and that is more freedom, to spend some time at home with your
Yeah.
wife and your 2 kids, if your wife is there as well. And
Yes. Yeah.
but more important, okay, so pretty much family, right? And then the
Yeah.
other one is to also potentially earn more. Would that sum it up,
Yes.
right?
And also, I enjoy it. I love coding. I love
Awesome.
developing, especially when it all comes together. Some of the websites I've made, seeing them live, and seeing the numbers and people using it, and that business succeeding through the website I've made. That feeling is amazing. A better feeling than I've had through some of the work I've done previously.
Awesome.
I just really enjoy it.
Okay, great. Okay, so now I just want to zoom out a bit.
Okay.
Your knowledge is obviously software development, I would assume.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have web development knowledge at the moment or not?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay. And the next question is, when did you actually buy the bundle?
It was December, just before December. So I'd say probably around October time last year.
Okay. And I assume you've went through everything by now?
Yes. Yeah. Prep for everything.
Okay, great. Okay, now bring me up to date and up to speed. So since October, that's probably about 9 odd months.
Yeah.
Up to now since our chat, how is your freelancing sort of side income thing going? Like, have you gotten a few clients by now? Have you made any money? What's the progress?
Yeah. So I've got a few clients. The first few were testimonial sites. So for the first year is free, which is a bit of a bugger, because then those 3 are the ones that are succeeding more than a lot of the other ones I've done, and they've got it for free for a year. But that's fine. That was the agreement. So so with the server, the hosting costs, buying the IT and some of the other software bits and bobs, insurance and so on, and I was not earning enough with those with a couple to make ends meet with that. It was coming out of my pocket more, but I've made enough now where.
Can you, sorry, on that point, when you
Yeah.
mentioned they got it for free, did you design the website and absorb all the monthly costs for that whole year? Is that what you agreed on?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Can I ask
Yeah.
why?
I just thought it was because the hosting costs and so on isn't as much as some of the other ones that are paying for it now. And I was struggling to get people with just a free website, and the first few I was saying it'll cost this much a month for hosting, security checks, analytics if they wanted it, and all the other stuff. And I just weren't getting any hooks. This was after a few weeks, and I thought, well, I need to get something. So the next free that I approached, I said it'll be a year all in, and then after a year it'll be so much a month. And then the first three that I approached all agreed to it.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. Sorry for interrupting. I just wanted to find that out.
Okay.
Okay, so carry on from there.
So yeah, I've got a few now, and I'm making enough to cover the insurance and the hosting costs and everything else. So anything I make from now on, it'll be pure profit. But at the moment, it's all balancing out at the moment, so nothing's coming out of my pocket anymore for this.
Okay.
But I am struggling to get new clients.
Okay.
And I think COVID has some dealings with this where people are not comfortable with bringing they're not allowed to bring the businesses back into full throttle. So I'm hoping when the restrictions get lifted a little bit more in the next month or whenever that'll be, people will start opening the businesses and they'll want my services. But a lot of the people I've approached so far either think it's spam that I'm sending them, or they just say no, really. They're not interested, or the other thing is that they're interested, but they're not comfortable with the amount I want to charge. And mind, at the moment, I'm not charging a lot, probably less than, well, definitely less than I should be, but I just want to gain those clients.
Okay. A few things here, which I think would be awesome to get into.
Yeah.
Some more detail is obviously what you've done, your pricing, and all of that. But I think just two practical questions for the start, foundational questions is, how much are you actually earning each month from your existing clients? And how much time would you say you've been spending on average per day or per week or per month on actually getting these clients and setting everything up?
So your email template is amazing. I think just like to say that it definitely that's what I was struggling with at the start, is how can I word this email where it doesn't sound too spammy, and your word and helped with that, and it has helped me gain a couple of others as well. So I wouldn't say a lot of time, really, a few emails a day, but with that template in place, I just adapt the word into the kind of business they are, or a couple of them. I'd say ones that have got websites, for example, where it might need whether the websites aren't very good, I'll adapt that template to cater to the website they've already got. But in terms of monthly earning, I just sort of go off what they want, how big I think their site is going to be. So I haven't got a pricing plan. I've asked for what they want, the potential income they're going to make through the website, and try and take in as many factors as I can and work out the price off that. So every client has been different so far, based on what they want. And also with the website, if it's just going to be a one page solves all, or if it's going to have lots of different pages doing different things, which requires more time. And then also things like a contact form, where you've got to do a little bit more, especially if they want the emails directed to themselves. So I take all these things into consideration. A couple have asked for some beefed up security on their website, so I've had to spend more time doing that, and I work out the pricing off those requirements.
Okay. Can we start off by looking at? Do you have a portfolio website or an agency website?
Yes, yeah, I do.
I wonder if I can actually share my screen. If this will work. Is it working? I don't know.
I can see the both of us on the screen.
Oh, really?
So I can see your desktop, I
Let
believe.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can actually see both of us.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's not how it should work.
That just you again now.
Let me try and say share screen. Let me go. Man, I wonder how I can share. Let me try this one. I don't know if this will work.
Yeah, I can see your screen now.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So you can see my Google screen, just to confirm.
Yep.
Okay, great.
I can.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to confirm because this whole recording stuff is so weird and still so new to me. Okay, so what is your URL?
So it's owensapplications.com. Please work, please work. That's the one.
Okay.
And there's a slight delay on the screen. It's moving very fast.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's start from the top, right?
Yeah.
Owens Applications. Is there a reason why you refer to your business or your sole business or yourself or your freelancing business, whatever you want to call it, as applications?
The intention is, because I've already made an app and had some input into a lot of others. Eventually, I'm hoping long term that with some of the bigger clients I get, they may require an app. So I'll be able to make an application as well as the website. So I wanted to try and future-proof it a little bit, but also make web applications. And also, I was struggling to find a name that sounded good.
Okay.
And I just settled on that.
Okay. You know what? In terms of the flow of the content of your website, it's actually pretty good because you've got a clear, helping you grow with the power of the website. That's an all right heading. I would probably change it to, or let me put it this way: are you only offering website services, or do you also offer marketing services as well?
So, marketing as well.
Okay.
I've just put it in the lots more bit that under services, but I have done a little bit. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Let's first look at a quick overview of the whole thing, right? In terms of the flow and everything, I think, from a psychological point of view, if I was a business, yes, you've got your services, you explain it well, you've got some recent work here, some examples. That's cool. Got an about section, testimonials or social proof, and then a very clear and straightforward contact form. So in terms of the information, it's correct. My only critique for you on this one, Owen, if I'm very honest with you, is probably the design, because I think that the design of this website could just be improved to make it look a little bit more modern looking.
Okay.
So actually, you know what? Um, what I've got, you can still see my screen. I just want to confirm.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I actually like making examples of, like, niche agencies and portfolio sites that I come across. Let me
Yeah.
just sort of see one or two to sort of visually show you, so we can just look at some examples. Obviously, it's nice to be different and show the unique look of each portfolio website, right? So I'm not saying, you should make it exactly the same as someone else's, but if I look at these examples, they pretty much talk about the same thing, or they had the same content, let's say, but it's displayed a bit differently, right? So what's cool about
Yeah.
this one, this Jessica Haynes, I think it's Jessica Haynes. Yeah, must be. Um, First of all, she's focused on a niche, which I really like. She focuses on coaches and consultants. Eventually, I know that right now your focus is being a generalist. It seems for now, based on your website, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Let's just look at the overall look. So what's cool is, look here immediately how there's like a helpful guide or something helpful to download, right, for her clients. That's quite a
Yeah.
cool call to action. I'm sure that she'll retarget or automate certain emails. Then it's like, here's how I can help you. Pretty much similar. The services, others say they're about. So, okay, blog. That's something I don't see on your one, which I would recommend. If you can
Yeah.
just showcase your knowledge and expertise, it's a great one. And
Okay.
then it looks like the call to action, and boom, done. But I think we can both agree. I mean, it just looks very cool. And if you think of it, like 90% of the information that you have here, Jessica also has, but it's just displayed in really a nice way. I don't know
Yeah.
what you think of that.
No. Yeah. It's pretty.
Okay, awesome. Then let's look at this guy. I like this guy's website, Dylan Spencer, dylanspencer.co. So it's like a solid, nice heading along with the sub heading, because yeah, currently you just say, like, your main thing here is your image, and it's pretty much your logo, which is like this section here, this hero section. That is like the main section that can win over potential clients, right? So this is
Yeah.
a big potential that you can work on. Let me show. I mean, and then we look at Spencer's. So here's yours. Here's Spencer's. Marketing that actually works. We build custom websites that convert like magic. Great, awesome. Whereas for you, you have to scroll here, and then it's like, oh, helping your business grow with the power of a
Yeah.
website.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
Yeah. It does. Yeah.
So I would actually remove this. I would change the design to make it, more modern, let's say, looking, based on a few of these types of examples. And you can also look on Webflow. Webflow is a great platform, actually, to either get an inspiration from, or to even use the platform to create this website.
Yeah.
So with that said, maybe a heading might be something like, uh, I always like using the example of, like, focus on focus on running your business while I grow your business, something like that. And then
Yeah.
as like a main heading, and then like a subheading could be like, again, like, we build custom websites and custom marketing solutions to help you grow your business, something like that. So it's like a
Okay.
big heading, big small heading, and or subheading, and it's like pure value compared to what it is currently.
Yeah.
So then this is cool. I like this. You sort of talks about the pain problems of like how businesses essentially waste money and not get results, which I think is quite cool. And then these testimonials, which you have, but it's just presented in like quite a cool way compared to like the standard oops, don't know what happened there. Compared to like these sort of standard sort of blocks, which is not bad. I'm just saying to present it a bit better. And then in terms of the websites, this is something that I've also implemented. So instead of just saying like, hey, here's my work, recent work like this, look how he presents it. So let's say, yeah, right. So I just think this looks so much better because now he's got like a testimonial from these people, which I don't see here next to it. You probably got it underneath. Whoops.
Yeah.
Underneath. Explains what it was, what it does, the benefits and all that, and then a link to the website. Like so instead of grouping it into 4 sections, group it like into this, like the image here of the website, bit of text, like bit of about what you did, the testimonial from the client, and then like view site, but just talk about like the outcome of it, what it was and what it will result in, Now, what we do that's cool: strategy, websites, sales funnel. So he sort of breaks down a lot of the services, and currently this isn't cool, to be honest with you. Like this can definitely be expanded on to explain like the importance of it, too. So as I say, I mean, your skill set is obviously incredible. I mean, software development, web development and all that. But now it's just trying, and also some marketing as well. Now it's just trying to present it in a bit of a better and more professional and more convincing way, right? Then this is also quite interesting when he talks about his pricing, yeah. And your pricing at the moment, you don't have that. And which is fine because you say like contact me, and then obviously you'll chat to the client about pretty much closing the deal, right? But one thing I do recommend though, Shaun, is to actually try and present your pricing as well. So you could have 3 tiers and say like like standard website from let's say $500 or £500 or £1,000 just for like a small website, and then like a more advanced, because I see you do e-commerce, I think, if I saw it correctly. E-commerce and all that. Then you can say like from 2,000 or 3,000 plus, and then say contact for more, and like marketing services from, let's say, £200 or £300 a month, something like that. And see the results, because I recommend that you get like 50 people to this page, 50 client leads, and then with your pricing and without, and see which converts into more leads, So it's not like a set thing to be like, hey, have it, or hey, don't have it, So these 2 examples, it's just a very quick one. I don't want to sort of ramble on, but I hope that sort of
it definitely does.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Okay, now I think from a portfolio side, that is actually because this is important, right? Because obviously you're sending a lot of clients or leads to this website, and you want it to convert much better. So that is my advice on the website. Now I'm just going to turn off my share screen, and then we can maybe talk about some other stuff. Can you see me now?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So does that feedback like make sense to you?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, definitely. And I thought the same things as well. It was just how best to approach it. But
Awesome.
if you check in a few days, you'll see the changes.
Please
but
send it to me.
Another thing I was struggling with was the color scheme as well. I think I went through about 50 different color combinations, and I was really struggling to make them make them fit, and I was using different kind of color wheels, color combinations that worked on other sites, and I don't know, I just couldn't
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah.
grasp it.
So
I think I must spend more
uh-huh.
time trying to find colors than
Mm.
the content that's on the page.
I hear you. That's actually a good point, and that's something I am addressing in my course with Brad at the moment, to really go through all of those details in a lot more. But
Yeah.
I mean, I would say, like, honestly, if you're spending that much time, rather just buy an existing template on ThemeForest or Webflow or something, and it costs anywhere between $30 to say $70,
Yeah.
and on average, and rather just use that, right? Oh, I don't know. Is my screen working? Apparently, there was a setting, something that just flashed with the camera. I don't know.
No,
Everything's fine.
he's still there.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Sorry. Um, yeah. So I would say to not overcomplicate it. Rather use an existing, modern, sort of better looking theme that you can customize based on those
Yeah.
principles, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think first step would be definitely that, so that you don't just overthink it, and just waste time on that. Because now the most important thing now is you need to focus on, you've got your website, you've got a few examples, which is great. Your foundation is ready. You just need to now just get clients. Just get
Yeah.
clients. So now let's actually talk about that. And I want to know currently your current process for getting clients. What have you been doing? What has sort of worked well, and what has not worked well at all?
Okay. So first thing I do is look online to see if they have a website. If they haven't, I'll have a look what kind of business it is, and whether if I think they could benefit from having a website. Because what I don't want to do is make a website for somebody that I know is not going to get an increase of business, because I think that'll reflect badly on me if they don't. So I'll try and target those where I think they could succeed if they had a website. And then I'll contact them, either through Facebook Messenger or email, or whichever way I can get to them. I think what I'll do differently there now is, now businesses are open, I'll try and see more people in person, approach them in person. So one that I just got was a coffee shop. I went in there for a coffee, and then got talking to one of the waitresses there when she brought over the coffee, and then the manager came out and I had a chat with him, and it led on to some good things. So I think that physical approach definitely helped, but I'm struggling with approaching people online, because I think it does look a little bit spammy, I think, and then it's not until I reapproach them and say, hi, if you had to think about what I sent the last message, because spam messages, you don't really receive the same message twice, or definitely not follow up. So that's broken the barrier a little bit with a couple, but it's always when it gets to the pricing side of things, that's where it goes yay or nay.
Interesting.
So in terms of,
what is your pricing? Like, how much do you say? Like, walk me through that. I'm a potential client, like, I'm a coffee shop guy, owner, whatever. Walk me through how much you would, charge.
Okay, yeah. So I'll ask what kind of things they want on the site, if they've got their own logo, and how many clients they get, what they're trying to achieve from it, what they want to achieve from it. If they just say, if you said, I just want one page, nice and simple, this is who we are, these are our opening times, and this is the menu, and maybe our email address on there, if anyone wants to contact us. So just based off that, I'll probably say, okay, well, £400. So I won't say like that. I'll try and be a little bit more professional and explain why it's £400, and then I will give them an option of whether they want a hosting package. So this will cover hosting, analytics if they want it, security checks, and all the other things that come around the website. So for something like that, really small and simple, it's not going to gain a massive amount of traffic. I'll probably say anywhere between 30 and 50 pounds a month. Or after the website's made and they're comfortable with hosting and everything else themselves, I can bundle it up, and I've knocked up like a little tutorial thing on how to host something, and I say you can host it yourself. But everyone I've approached with that, they've said, "Nah, I'd rather you host it. I ain't got time for that." So that's roughly what I'd work off a simple one-page website.
Okay, and for the other clients or the other people whom you have approached, and
Yeah.
they said that your pricing was too high, what
Yeah.
type of business was it, and how much did you quote?
So one was it's like a TP business. So they provide little teepees for kids, and they make it all look nice. They've got like nice lights and little sweetie boxes and stuff. It's like a sleepover party thing that they plan. It's quite nice. Looks really good. And the business they had was just Facebook, and they were struggling to expand from Facebook. So I suggested £30 a month because she just wanted a nice, simple one page. She had all the images, half the work was already done. She had a logo. So I said, listen, like 350 for the website. It'll be exactly how you want it. And then £30 a month with the hosting and the security and all the other bits. She wanted a direct contact us form as well. So that would have been implemented. And she said, oh, £30 a month's too much, especially when I can do it on Wix for £10 a month. And I tried to explain that the thing is with Wix and Weebly and these other things is that you can make a website and it'll look amazing, but it won't rank itself on Google without all the other things that I'd offer. So SEO, and it's going to be clean. I'll get it listed on Google and Bing and all the other search engines and everything to make it found. And it's just like, no, it's too expensive. So I thought that was quite reasonable, knowing full well that I could have improved her business. But no, it's too expensive. So that was a lost one, unfortunately. And I didn't really know where to go from that, apart from, all right, well, if you think of me in the future, I'm always open for a chat. Sure, and that was it.
Okay. A few things here that stand out to me is your once-off website pricing is incredibly fair on the lower end, considering you're just starting out. It seems to me, though, that the greater problem is your hosting on your monthly side. Because to charge £30 £30, even more than a dollar, £30 to £40 a month on hosting can definitely scare off these small types of businesses who are spending, £300 to £500 on a website. For someone who's spending £1,000, £2,000, £3,000 plus on a website, no problem, But I think that's a big deterrent because every small business, it's just £30, but in a year there's £360, that is just that they're just spending money on. And I think that, first of all, I do hosting I don't really do it for every client. Most I don't, but for some clients I do. And let me tell you, I charge like hardly anything for hosting, just a little bit more than.
Just for add, it's not just hosting, it's content changes as well. So if they want images, I forgot. I should have added that really. So if they want images added in 2 months' time, then I can do that. Or if they want wording changing, let me know and I'll change that. So it is content changes as well.
Okay, so
not
So in a way, it's like website hosting plus almost like website maintenance, let's say an hour of your time or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I call it, a maintenance package.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay, that
be everything around the website.
That changes it in the sense that that's incredibly fair. Okay, so I'm thinking when you approach these clients, first of all, it's only been a few, right? And we need to look at the bigger picture here and understand that most clients will say no, especially at the beginning, until you have like a proven track record and some experience and all of that type of stuff. So let's just accept that. Now, in terms of your proposals to them, do you only give one option, like take it or leave it, or do you actually give three options? Like, for example, option A would be sorry, go ahead. It sounds like
just one.
Okay, that's a problem. Please always give three options. That could be, and there's a psychological reason for that. It's like it's pretty much price anchoring psychology. And the one thing that stood out to me, because I used to, as a teenager, I used to sell jewelry, at like a jewelry store, and one of the guys there told me, he's like, Carl, how do you actually make a $10,000? Well, not in dollars, because I live in South Africa, but I'll just preference, so he says, how do you make a $10,000 Rolex look affordable? So it's very easy. You just place it next to $100,000 Rolex, and that's sort of the thinking behind it, because the principle, let's say, because instead of just saying like take it or leave it, they think in their mind like, whoa, this is so expensive, and all of that. Whereas if you had to give some options to be like, hey, if you want a one-page landing page, sure, I can do it for you for £300. If you want a little bit extra, I can do it for you, no problem. I'm going to charge £750. If you want like a more advanced website, I'll charge. Then you make the more advanced one like 1.5 or even 2,000. Why? Because you're making option 1 and 2, specifically number 2, look even better. So that in their mind, if they think, whoa, I'm really struggling, you know what, I'll just go for option 1. And then the other one is the monthly maintenances and packages. That is extremely fair. But you could also say like, like hosting would be like, say, I don't know, £10 a month plus minus, let's work on that. Well, 10, around there, let's just call it that. £10 a month. If you want, like SEO changes and, certain management, then I'm going to charge like $150 a month, and then another package for, let's say, like $500 a month plus, I think that would make things a lot better, to make it stand out to them and to really see that there's more options here. Because especially as small business owners, as I say, like every £10, every £50 is really important and crucial. But if they can see the value behind it, and that the options of what they're getting compared to something else, that they can benchmark it to, I think that's an important one to try.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I would love to talk a bit longer, but I actually think, because I think I'm going to be cut off in about 15 minutes because of the Zoom quality. So I think we can cover a lot. Sorry, the limit in our recording, but I think we can cover a lot if we had to do in about 10-15 minutes. So now my next question to you, or my next advice to you, Shaun, is you need to reach out to a lot more clients, because you've gotten a few leads, it seems. Yes, do the in-person one. Great. Keep doing that. But in terms of the online side, I think that I always think that the website analysis approach of like looking at a website, seeing what you can improve on, all of that is great. It's worked for me. It's worked for a lot of freelancers. That's why I recommend it. So you're doing that. Great. I just think you need to do that on steroids, and just keep putting more time and effort, because obviously it's working. And especially if you improve your website and you improve your packaging and you show your pricing and all that, I can guarantee you for a fact that you would get more leads that way if you just had to do that. Then the other thing is your Instagram outreach. You said you do Instagram outreach, DM, hey?
No,
Facebook.
no, I don't.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Facebook,
Was it Facebook?
Facebook,
okay.
Yeah.
Then I would like you to do Facebook as well as Instagram outreach DMs. And the Instagram one is quite interesting, because what you should do is you're in the UK, right?
Yes.
Okay. And where in the UK?
Portsmouth, so South England.
Okay. I won't try and pronounce that, but let's call it in the south of England.
Okay.
Okay, so what you do then on Instagram is you search for let's say Paul Smith, I think, or
Portsmouth. Yeah.
Paul Smith,
Yeah.
London,
So
or
yeah.
and the different cities, right? Manchester, Liverpool, all of that. Just thinking of the football teams,
Yeah.
and you just search for those hashtags. You look
Yeah.
for small businesses on Instagram in that search section. Now you just manually go through on your phone. You just go on their website. Maybe it's a coffee shop. Maybe it's a random small, like a plumber, or maybe it's like a hair salon, or maybe it's like, I mean, there's so many different business types that you'll see there.
Yeah.
A lot of personal ones for sure, but if you look carefully, you'll see a few businesses, and it's just about spotting them. Then what I want you to do is find 50 of them, find 100 of them, and just click on their profile. You'll have their bio link. Usually their website is there. Click on it. If their website is bad, especially on mobile where most people view,
Yeah.
websites, send them a DM and say, hey, what's the template I like using? I like using a few different things, but you can say like something like, hey, I just viewed your website. I just noticed that it took like 10 seconds to load, and that you're missing out on a few things on call to actions. Would you be happy
Yeah.
to set up a quick 10-minute call with me, or something like that? But basically you need to point out some problem, provide some form of solution, suggestion,
Yes.
and then a call to action to be like, let's chat. And
Okay.
you need to do like 50 of those, 100 of those. I know, okay, I don't know guy, but I know of a guy who reaches out to over 500 businesses a day, and he's just
Well.
coining it like that. He's just getting leads. So it's really going well for him. So that's on Instagram DM. On Facebook, you can do the same principle applies. So
Yeah.
even and there's obviously many ways to get clients, right? I'm not going to oversaturate it and go through the 50 different ways. For you right now, I would suggest those three, because the website analysis, going through websites, finding problems, that's obviously working
Yeah.
well for you. I think if you hammer down on that, improve your website, just put on steroids, that's going to be good. If you do the Instagram DMs, you reach out to 50 businesses a day, spend some time and effort, it's going to do well. Facebook, same
Okay.
thing. So I think if you just do those three, improve your website, improve your pricing, improve your options, I think you will definitely start seeing a major improvement in your current freelancing performance.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant.
Awesome.
I think long term, I want to gain some, because I think where I shine with development is complex backends, so login systems, payment systems, all those bigger sites. That's where I want to go eventually, creating big sites for big companies that require all these complex user databases and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, I just feel like I wouldn't even know where to approach something like that. But that's
Yeah.
eventually where I'm going to go, because that's where I think I'm going
Mm.
to earn the real big money.
Yeah. And for that, I would recommend for now, just follow this principle until you can
Yeah.
get to a place where you're earning a decent side income, and then eventually hammer down and then focus on it so that it becomes your full-time income. Now,
Yeah.
in terms of what you want to do, the software development and the custom solutions and all that, that's amazing. That's personally not something I like or I enjoy, but that's why we're all different, and that's the
Yeah.
beauty of freelancing, because you as a freelancer, you should tailor and custom your freelancing business to what you enjoy, to what
Yeah.
excites you. So now, for example, once you get to that point where you're full-time freelance and you're doing well, all of that, change your niche. So what you could do is custom software solutions or custom web development solutions, but don't just do it like that, because that's quite broad. Eventually, as you start getting clients over the next year or two, and you sort of see different industries on what you really like,
Yeah.
you can niche down that custom web solutions to a specific niche. So it might be for startups, or it might be for the medical industry or the engineering industry, or whatever. But it's important to niche down that way.
Yeah.
And the best part about it is you can outsource the other tasks. So if you don't enjoy the marketing side, or if you don't enjoy, getting clients or sales or whatever, or the
Yeah.
admin and whatever, just outsource that so that you can just be creating and figuring out complex solutions and all that. And that's the beauty of freelancing. That's why I love it. So yeah,
Okay.
that's my 2 cents on that.
I do have a question about that
Of
with
course.
the outsourcing. So would you tell a client that those specific jobs are being outsourced? Would they have a right? I believe they've got a right to know that that specific kind of like the marketing is being handled by a third party.
Hmm.
Would you?
Sure. So
How would I approach that?
yeah, great question. And I've noticed that also. I've noticed that a lot of people have asked me that, and my reply to that is the short answer. The general answer is you do not need to let your client know. It is
Okay.
not. It's got nothing to do with that. Is not an ethical thing or anything like that. It is like the client is coming to you to create a website or to get
Yeah.
them results. Whether you are outsourcing that and handling it to someone else, that, that is completely irrelevant. It's almost like a web design agency. I'm a web design agency owner. They come to me. I've got a web design agency. I can ask
Yeah.
10 different people in my team to be like, hey, just handle this and this and this. I don't care who handles it. I just want the job done. I don't need to know. I don't need to let the client know, oh,
Yeah.
Susan is handling that, John is handling that, and this and this and this, if that principle makes sense. However,
Yes.
there is an exception that I want to make here. Is it is a different story if it's a big corporate company or if you're dealing with sensitive data.
Yeah.
If and very often, what would happen is, if you take on the project, the client would force you to sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, which is pretty much a document to say like, look, you cannot share this confidential information with anyone else and so on. That's a different story.
Yeah.
Then you should not outsource it. And if you do, you should make sure that your outsourced party also signs this document and that the client is aware of it. So
Okay.
I hope that sort of explains my
Yeah.
general.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Great.
Yeah. Great.
Um,
Thanks.
okay, Shaun, we've got 3 minutes. Any more
Right.
questions from your side?
Um, No, well, apart from everything that you've said makes perfect sense, and I will be implementing all of them and doing that. I haven't got an Instagram account. I think I'm the only person I know that hasn't. So I'll set that up and definitely do that. I'm excited about the website templates as well.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
looking forward to use them.
Yeah. Awesome.
They'll definitely come in handy, and they were
Yeah.
so well designed as well.
Mm.
And I was going through the code, and it's impeccable. It was really good.
Awesome. Awesome.
So you've definitely done a good job there.
Awesome.
I think
Yeah, I just want to quickly say, my friend Ray designed that for us. He
yes,
also actually bought the bundle, and I became friends with him. So I just want to quickly say that it wasn't me; it was Ray. But
well,
sorry, carry on. Carry on.
Ray's done
Yeah.
an amazing job.
Cool.
And also the terms and conditions thing on there massively helped me out,
Awesome.
especially over here where you've got the GDPR. So those kind of things were quite important to keep on top of with these websites, because I can't get caught out this early in the game. So everything's got to be spot on, and everything that you've provided has definitely helped. I don't think without that bundle I would have made that leap and started the business. So thank you for
Wow.
doing it.
No, well, first of all, thank you, Shaun, and it's been an honor and a great chat with you, being the first guest. I hope I can do this with a few others as well, and thank you once again for your trust and your investment in the bundle. It means a lot,
Yeah.
and more importantly, I hope that it helps you take your freelancing career to the next level. And that's what I really enjoy, like seeing people. I always like saying, like, I like teaching people how to fish, right? Like,
Yes.
and I hope that that our chat, that the bundle, that everything that that I can do from my part, like, helps you in some way. And yeah, this has
Very
really
nice.
been a great chat. And
Well, I
obviously,
think another great thing
oh, sorry.
is
Yeah, go
that
ahead.
when I message you for help, I've messaged you a couple of occasions for advice, and you've responded. And a lot of times with these kind of things, you wouldn't get a response. So I think your interaction with your followers is key. And
No,
that's why
thanks,
I've
man.
told a couple of my friends that have also signed up to the bundle. Is that like, I think this guy actually cares about how people do. So I think what you're doing is great. But
No,
thanks for
man.
this
Thank you.
also. I've really enjoyed it, and I'll take your advice on board,
Awesome.
and hopefully get there where I
Awesome,
want to
man.
be.
Yeah, awesome. Please, and I'm going to hold you accountable. Please give me an update in the next month or so after
Will
you're
do.
updating
Yeah.
your website. And don't just tell me, hey, I've tried it. Tell me, hey, I've reached out to 513 people. This is my results. And
Okay.
20 said yes, 5 said no. If they said no, why? And those who didn't, who you didn't hear back from, did you follow up? If not,
Yeah.
why? Do it.
Okay. Yeah, I
so
will.
so
I definitely
yeah,
will.
please keep me updated. And this has been awesome, Shaun. And thank you once again. And to our listeners or watchers or whatever, if you are still with us now, thank you so much. And I really appreciate you. And just keep it spicy. Keep it spicy. Thank you, Shaun. I
Brilliant.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Take care. Thanks.
Okay.